Um, Before this song was composed and produced and disseminated, we were contending with the issue of patriotism on the part of those who ran the government. That was in 1983. Exactly April 1983, there was the Economic Stabilization Act of the Shagari regime. I was in the Punch then as the chief leader writer, that is, writing the editorials for the newspaper. And we were kind of bemused, actually, concerning the issue of patriotism, that those who were campaigning for ethical revolution and so on were actually supervising a process of lootage of the resources of the country. It was in this state of confusion that suddenly, later in the year, our revered role model icon, Professor Wole Soyinka, released an album. It was something very intriguing to us that he had to use the medium of the vinyl music, to propagate the issue of patriotism, even in spite of the paradox that was patriotism at that time. And I had this song with some of the icons too of the music industry, Tuju Ilano and co, supporting the production and the presentation and the performance of Etike Revo, wetin. That question, in fact, was it was a nudger. It nudged us as journalists. We listened to the lyrics and we felt that this could be a satire, but it was a challenge to our generation on how to contend with the politics of that era. There was so much contradiction in the politics of that era. And for someone to come out, a legendary figure, to say, I love my country, I no go lie, na inside out, I go live and die, with all the end rhymes flowing along, we were compelled to take another look at the country. Not to be discouraged, not to be put down by all the contradictions, but to be focused, to be determined to see that whatever the crisis the country was going through, we had a duty to forge ahead and make sure that we redeemed it from the morass that existed at that time. And so it strengthened us. Unfortunately, shortly after that, there was a coup. And the coup itself came out with a contradiction. And the contradiction has continued to trail us up to this moment. 40 years after, we are still loving our country. And indeed, we know the lie.